Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So I am back today with another thrift store haul, and we are actually on the 17th edition, or 17th episode, I guess, of my thrift store haul series. So you guys know with this, basically I go to the thrift store all the time. Whenever I buy anything, I let it sit over in my stacks over there, and then eventually I'll gather up some items and do a thrift store haul. So that's what we're looking at today. We have both books and some movies in today's different stacks here. So 9 books and about 15 different movies. So 24 items, 24 items to share with you guys that I've picked up relatively recently while I have been out thrifting. So really excited to share with you guys everything that I've been finding lately. And if you guys are excited about this one, please give it a like down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to Thrift Store Haul number 17. I'll start off with the books, and I'll be completely honest, like this first one is so super weird. I have no idea why I decided I needed to have this one in the collection, but anyway, it's called Crushed, and this one is written by Rain Miller. So you can see like this is exactly what it says, a hockey love story. I think it's going to have like a bent towards erotica, but I'm not 100% because I've not read this yet. So I do follow a bunch of different booktubers, and one of them is big onto romance, and I like her content. She's super creative, and so that's why I watch. Even though she reads books, I typically don't. It's still entertaining. And so one of the reasons I grabbed this is because this felt like a book that I would hear discussed on that channel. And so I decided, you know what, let's give it a shot. Maybe it's something I'll enjoy. I have no idea. I have read like a little bit of erotica in the past, like, I don't know, romance / erotica, whatever you want to call this genre. And it was fine. Nothing I hated at all. And so I don't know, maybe I'll give this one a shot. It is a like hockey story as well, which I like hockey, dealing with the Vegas Crush. So clearly it must have been before the Vegas team, now the Golden Knights. But yeah, I don't know. This is probably not going to be anything I will love, but maybe it'll be fun. I have no clue. So Crushed by Rain Miller is the first one in the collection here. And it's a weird one, I know, but well, frankly, the next one's a little bit strange too, but we'll see that when we get to it. So you guys know, I always say it, I'm such a sucker when I see like multiples in the same series when I'm at the thrift store, because I just, for whatever reason, I want to pick them up. And that's what happened here. So the super popular Janet Ivanovich, this is One for the Money. And is this Stephanie Plum? Yeah, this is our Stephanie Plum novel. So I found the first one in the series, One for the Money, 2 for the Dough, 3 to Get Deadly, and 4 to Score. So I ended up finding the first 4. Now, I have no idea if I'm going to like these or not. These are like mystery novels, but I think they're more like thriller than anything else. Like it's less cozy mystery, more thriller when it comes to this mystery. So I tend to enjoy cozy mysteries when I read them, and I like thrillers in general. So I figured these might be something I like. It's obviously like incredibly popular. This is a super popular series. I often see these like random ones in the thrift store when I go, but because I found the first 4, I figured, you know what? Pick them up. This cost me $2. So like, who cares? If I don't love them, that's fine. If I don't get around to them, it is what it is. But I thought, you know, I would give them a shot to see if these were anything that I might enjoy, because there's so many in the series. So if I do love it, then that's awesome, because I have a giant series I can now read. But if I don't like it, well, hey, low risk, high potential for reward, which is my favorite way to shop. So yeah, we'll see. 1 for the Money, 2 for the Dough, 3 to Get Deadly, 4 to Score, all written by Janet Ivanovich. So the next one here is also a little bit outside of the normal items I would pick up, but it's one that I was interested in. I was reading like some reviews on it. It looks really good. So this is Dark Lover, written by J.R. Ward. So you can see on here, this is actually a novel of the Black Dagger Brotherhood. So I believe this is the first novel in that series. And this is another erotic romance, but it's done in a much darker style than something like I showed at the first book there with that hockey love story. This one is definitely like vampire. It's supernatural. So I really liked the Sookie Stackhouse series, which was made into True Blood. I really liked the first 2 books I read in that series, but I just never got back to finishing it. But I wanted to give this a shot because it feels like it's going to be of that ilk, but maybe a little bit darker, which sounds pretty interesting to me. So I don't know. It's supposed to be pretty steamy, so hopefully it'll be a good one when I get around to it. So Dark Lover, another really popular series for a specific type of person. Maybe not necessarily people who are watching this channel, but, if you are, let me know if this is good or not. But anyway, Dark Lover, written by J.R. Ward. All right, so now over to sci-fi, which is definitely something I would normally pick up. This one, look at that cover. That looked just terribly awesome. This is Cold Iron, written by Melissa Michaels. And on the back here, it says Heavy Metal Magic. So this one just looked interesting. That's really the reason I got it, because this cover, it just looks really crazy. So it says on the front here, can a human PI save an elven musician from magic that made him a star? So I don't know. We'll find out. I don't have any idea if this is going to be any good or not. If I remember right, I think the reviews on this were kind of middling, but I don't know. Again, just look at his hair. It's beautiful. I don't know. It just looks goofy. It's a heavy metal fantasy book with elves. That just sounds intriguing. So, mixed with a mystery in here too, because you have the PI also. So, I don't know. It's just a weird combination that I wanted to pick it up. So, we'll see if this one's any good or not. And I think this actually might be part of a series, and it's kind of in the middle, but I heard that it's standalone, I believe. And so that's the reason I decided to grab it anyway. So whatever. I don't know if it's going to be great or not, but it looked intriguing enough to pick up for 50 cents. So Cold Iron, written by Melissa Michaels. I was really excited to come across this next one because I've always heard so many great things about it, and I've never read anything from Neal Stephenson before, but this is Snow Crash. Arguably, I would say probably his most popular book, but this one is a mix of fantasy, cyberpunk, and sci-fi, and it just looks super interesting. Our main character here, I guess, is actually a pizza delivery guy or something like that, but he lives in this metaverse, or he goes to this metaverse, so it feels also very Ready Player One, where he's trying to stop this computer virus that's taking down all these people, and it sounds crazy. Like I said, very cyberpunk mixed with fantasy, and that alone makes it sound awesome. And I've heard nothing but awesome things about this book and this author, so really excited to find this one for so cheap. So very excited to finally have a Neal Stephenson book in the collection, and even more excited when I get around to reading it. So Snow Crash, written by Neal Stephenson. The last book I found is another one from my Stephen King collection, and it's just one I didn't have. So whenever I find a Stephen King book I don't own, I always pick it up. This one is Bag of Bones. So I really don't know too much about this. I know our main character is a writer. His wife passes away, and so he goes to this small town where he usually visits or goes there on vacation normally. And he ends up falling for this woman and her 3-year-old daughter, I believe, who are stuck in this battle with this millionaire. It's this whole weird plot, it sounds like, on the back here, but he ends up eventually seeing ghostly visions of his wife, so it just sounds strange, but it's Stephen King, so I'm sure that it will be worth reading, even if I don't love it. So yeah, another one, like I said, from Stephen King that I didn't own it, so I needed to have it in the collection. Stephen King's Bag of Bones is the last book that I picked up, so now let's jump over to some DVDs that I found recently. This first one feels like a Dollar Tree movie, but I've never seen it at the Dollar Tree, and I don't see my typical, the typical studios that you see at the Dollar Tree, so I don't know if it really was or not, and it has an amazing cast, so that's why I got it. This is actually a family movie. This is called A Monstrous Holiday. So the reason I wanted this, one, I know my daughter will enjoy it when she watches it, but Brooke Shields, John Heder, Sean Astin, Matthew Lillard, Drake Bell, and Kyle Chandler, a really remarkable cast on this for an animated movie that I'd never heard of before. So I have no clue if this one's any good or not. I've not looked up anything on it, but I don't know. That cast, I had to add it to the collection. So yeah, we'll see. This one says An Experiment Gone Wrong. So yeah, should be pretty fun. I like family movies like this, and I like the animation style. So with this cast, I'm hoping it'll be a good one. So the first one here with an awesome cast is A Monstrous Holiday. I'll stick with the family movies first here, and this next one is, it's actually one where I have the junior novelization for that I found maybe a year and a half ago now. I found it from the thrift store, but this is Catch That Kid with Kristen Stewart. So this is one that I've never seen before, but I've always heard pretty decent things about, and because I do own it I do own the junior novelization of it, I did want to have the movie in the collection. So yeah, I was happy to find this one. Like I said, not watched this one yet, but should be a pretty good one when I get around to it. Another one that my daughter will like when she gets a little bit older because it's made for kids. So I'm sure it'll be fun. Catch That Kid, a little spy thriller for the whole family. Speaking of spy thrillers, here is Spy Kids 3D Game Over. And I really like this one because it comes in this nice case like this. It's really cool. Actually, I think my Spy Kids 2 that I picked up recently at Disc Replay, which I've shown in a recent haul, I think that had the same type of slip cover on it. But yeah, this is just the third movie in the series. And it's actually, I bought this one before Spy Kids 1 and 2. It's the reason I ended up picking up Spy Kids 1 and 2 from Disc Replay recently. So yeah, very happy to have this one. I do need the fourth one now, which I didn't realize there even was a fourth one until I posted that last video. So yeah, Spy Kids 3D Game Over. This one is also for the family collection, but maybe a little bit older family. This is College Road Trip with Martin Lawrence and Raven Simone. So really good cast on this. I always remembered seeing the trailers for this years and years ago when it was new. It looks funny. Like I'm sure it's just going to be super forgettable, but if I laugh for an hour and a half, then that's fine with me. So yeah, it's just a movie about them trying to figure out what college his daughter is going to go to. So looks like a lot of fun, and I love the cast on this one. So looking forward to checking this one out. College Road Trip. The last one from the family movies is the sequel to a movie I showed you guys recently, Inspector Gadget 2. So the reason I picked up Inspector Gadget the same time I picked up Spy Kids 1 and 2 is because I found this second one at the thrift store relatively close to before I purchased those ones. And so yeah, I have both Inspector Gadget movies in the collection now. And this one, it doesn't even have Matthew Broderick in it, which I'm just realizing. It has French Stewart. So that's interesting. I really like French Stewart. So hopefully this one will be fun. I don't know. We'll see if it's any good. Inspector Gadget 2. This next one I have to give a shout out to Movie Edge because he pointed out that there was an R-rated version of Saving Silverman, and from what I remember, it's been a few months since that video went live of his, but from what I remember, the R-rated version he actually likes more than it's either the unrated version or the PG-13 version. I don't remember which it is, but yeah, so I found this one there. I noticed it had the R rating, so I figured I would pick it up and give this one a shot. I think I've seen this one, but it has been so long that I just don't remember it. So yeah, really looking forward to revisiting this one, or maybe visiting it for the first time. I really just don't recall on this one, but yeah, Jason Briggs, Jack Black, like just a really great cast on this. So I'm sure I'm gonna laugh, and that's really all that matters with these comedies. So Saving Silverman, the R-rated version. Here's a movie I got specifically for one cast member. Ryder Strong is in Death Valley, and I love Ryder Strong, of course, from Boy Meets World. So yeah, like I like movies with him in them. He does not a lot, but I have seen a couple of like lower budget or independent horror films with him in it that I thought were really good. And so because of that fact, I wanted to grab Death Valley. So apparently, like, these group of friends go to this rave in the California desert, and they think they're there for a good time, but they end up stumbling onto this like super dangerous local biker gang, and so things kind of take a deadly turn from there. So it sounds interesting. It's supposed to be good for horror fans, and it has Ryder Strong, so hopefully it'll be a decent one. Death Valley with Ryder Strong. Next up is another one that I think recently hit Blu-ray thanks to Mill Creek, but this is Your Highness on DVD. And this one has the unrated version, too outrageous for theaters. So yeah, this is like a, Robin Hood style movie, but done in this like stoner comedy style that these actors are known for. Danny McBride is in here, James Franco and Natalie Portman star in this one. So yeah, this was directed, who directed this one? Oh, it's directed by Danny McBride and Ben Best. So yeah, this one should be a lot of fun. I have seen, what was the other one that was similar to the Year One? I really like Year One. I don't know that it's the same, like the full same group of people, but it just reminds that for whatever reason, they're always in my head together. So I don't know if that's accurate or not, that they have any relation to one another. But whenever I think of Your Highness, I think of Year One, and kind of vice versa. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this one will be as enjoyable as Year One, which I think is quite a funny comedy. So yeah, looking forward to checking out Your Highness. This next one is actually a documentary by Morgan Spurlock, who I really liked his documentary Super Size Me. I watched that years and years ago. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But this one is called Comic-Con, Episode 4, A Fan's Hope. So basically Spurlock is following, I think it's like 4 or 5 Star Wars fans as they attend a Comic-Con. I think it's San Diego Comic-Con, yeah, in 2010. So yeah, I don't even know if it's just Star Wars fans or just comic fans in general. But either way, like, I love documentaries, and this one is a subject matter that I'm super interested in. So yeah, I'm very intrigued to see how Comic-Con, episode 4 of Fans Hope, ends up being. This next one looked too strange to pass up. This is Baghead by the Duplass brothers, or Duplass. I'm not sure how you say that. But on the back here, it says that this is a wildly funny send-up of low-budget horror movies. Like, what? Looking at this, I would think comedy, but apparently it's horror comedy? I have no idea. So super intrigued by that, like, explanation or that synopsis of the movie alone, and hopefully it'll be a good one. If you guys have seen this one, let me know down below. Like, should this go toward the top of the list? Is it a good combination of low-budget horror and comedy, or what is it? I don't even know. But let me know down below if you've seen this one. So, Baghead by the Duplass brothers. This next one is a pretty popular football movie, which you guys know I love football, and this has Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman in The Replacements. So what I remember hearing about this movie is, like, basically these are like scab players. They go in when the NFL is on strike one season, and they are playing for a championship. So I'm guessing things are going to go well for them, and that's why the movie was made, but I have no idea. So yeah, looking forward to checking this one out once I get around to it. I love the sport, and I love the actors, so hopefully that combination will make for a winning movie. We will see. The Replacements with Gene Hackman and Keanu Reeves. Next up, it looks like a super generic action movie, but I do remember seeing trailers for this when it was new, mostly because it has Vin Diesel in it, and he was super popular at this time. This is A Man Apart, and on the back here it says, when they took his love, they took his life. Now he's out to get it back. So yeah, it's just going to be an action movie, a revenge thriller, and yeah, it has Vin Diesel, who is typically pretty good in action movies. So hopefully this one will be a little bit better than the forgettable cover and title, but we will see. So Vin Diesel in A Man Apart. If you guys have been following, you know that I'm collecting now the Jess Stone movies. So here's another one for that collection. This is No Remorse with Tom Selleck. And you can see for some reason he has a 6 written on his head. So no idea why that happened. I probably should change this cover art out so I don't have that marker on there anymore. But either way, yeah, so this one says Gangsters, Serial Killers, a Stone Mystery You Won't Soon Forget. So yeah, I don't know, like, I've not watched any of these yet, but I'm hoping to gather them all up either through the thrift store or used at Disc Replay for as cheap as possible, and then finally watch through all of them. I've heard good things about the series, which is why I decided to continue collecting them as I find them. I'm not like actively pursuing them, but if I stumble across them while I'm at the either thrift store or Disc Replay, then I'm picking them up, because why not? So yeah, we'll check out these eventually. Jess Stone in No Remorse. Another football movie here, and this one with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, one of my all-time faves. This is Gridiron Gang. So this one, unlike the last one, which was about scab football players, this is about inmates who are playing on a football team. And yeah, this is actually a remake of an original. I want to say Burt Reynolds was the Rock character in this one, or in the original rather. But yeah, I've heard really great things about both the original and the remake, so I want to check it out because I've not seen this one. So The Rock, one of the best in Gridiron Gang. Last but not least is an adaptation of a Stephen King novella, short story. I'm not sure. I don't remember what it is, but this is with Johnny Depp's Secret Window. And I remember being a little bit underwhelmed by this one the first time I saw it, but it has been so many years that I want to give it another shot. I've been thinking about it recently, and then I happened to stumble across it at the thrift store, so I figured, yeah, let's pick this one up and see if it's any better than I remember it being. So, Secret Window, and I know our main character is a writer, and I feel like he is accused of like copyright infringement. What am I trying to say? Plagiarism is the word I'm looking for. But it becomes a thriller from there. So yeah, intrigued to see if this one is better than I remember it being. So we will see. So the last one today is Secret Window with Johnny Depp. All right, so there they are, some of my books and all of the DVDs that I've found recently from the thrift store. Number 17, which is crazy that we are quickly approaching the 20th episode in this series, which is so fun. But yeah, I do have some more DVDs over there. I actually have another stack of books over there to show you guys in the future as well. So the thrift store series is not going anywhere. Eventually, I would like to do, like actually go to the thrift store with you guys, you know, have some footage of that. So hopefully that'll come come down the road here, but for now, we're sticking with this format, and then I'll change it up as I lose material here. I'll go back to the thrift store, but I'll film it as I do that. So anyway, guys, let me know down in the comments below, have you read any of these or have you watched any of these movies? And if you did, what would you recommend? Yeah, I put toward the top of the list. What do you recommend I maybe don't have to watch or read? Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below, and tell me if you found anything cool at your local thrift stores recently. I always love hearing about those. So that is going to do it for today, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like down below. That engagement really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk books or movies, I talk all things media. Be it books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.